Hello, YouTube. Yeah, I hate the van is blocking the little walkway there, but these spots are so small, it's kind of hard not to. So it's 8:29 p.m. Friday, July 29th, 2022. Just rolling out of Bullock's Cocktails. And to be completely honest, I spent a lot more time just socializing and drinking and eating than I did working on music. But I definitely was working on music, and today was definitely a quality over quantity kind of day with the music. So not a lot of ads. In fact, my new like when you go to my songbook DB and you hit new additions, I think I'm only at like 21 right now. I think. I don't know. Let me open up the iPhone, and it's kind of nice. I got two functioning phones again. I can do that. Other than it's a pain in the ass to unlock the iPhone, so I got to do a whole lot of tap, and then the screen sometimes freezes up. I'm still getting fucking text messages from the Republican Party. I think I blocked it, but they seem to still keep coming in. What the fuck? Yeah, I don't want to donate to you bastards, so cut it out. All right, where was I here? Oh yeah, Songbook DB. It's been so long since I had a working iPhone. I'm still, I'm back to trying to remember how to work this phone. Never thought I'd see the day where this goofy-ass Obama phone was more intuitive and easier for me to use than an iPhone, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. Anyway, just added, I don't know why I always forget what that button is called, just added 23 songs in the last 30 days, and to be honest, that's an inflated number because there's some cross listings, because I did some hip-hop and R&B collaborative kind of songs, so it gets listed under multiple artists, but still quality over quantity. So as I mentioned in the last video, after my show last night, I added a track for Lil Jon, Usher, and Ludacris, Lovers and Friends. And the version I ended up using is one I kind of recently purchased from Karaoke Version, which I have one of those moments. I hate it when I buy a song and I'm like, oh, I already had that. I was already sitting on it. Why the fuck did I buy it again? Because, another example of that. So, how much money wasted on that song? Whatever. It's just the nature of the beast and running a large karaoke library. But apparently I'd already purchased it from SBI Karaoke. But I found that later this afternoon. Added the karaoke version of it last night before I took the bus home after the show. But as I was doing other searches for Ludacris and Usher, came up that I already had purchased that song quite some time ago from SBI. But even with the issue of the Ludacris verse being indicated on the screen as being Lil Jon, even with that issue, the version from Karaoke Version is leagues better than the one from SBI. So money spent on the one for SBI, completely wasted. I probably used it at a show once. I probably purchased for somebody, on the fly, and they sang it once, and it just kind of sat in an inbox, never getting put away. At this point, it went into I did move it from an inbox to a directory of versions that I probably won't use because I probably have better ones, because I did kind of compare it head to head against the one that I just added from Karaoke Version, and Karaoke Version definitely better than SBI on that, if for no other reason than the fact that two major reasons on it. The fact that even with the error of it showing the Ludacris part as being by Lil Jon, even in spite of that, it does a pretty good job of separating out the part that is Usher from the part that is rappers in different colors and areas on the screen. Whereas the version from SPI, it's just solo. It's all the text is white, and it's just all kind of put together. Now, granted, I have the capability of editing CDG graphics, and it's a CDG track, which I have the capability of editing the CDG and changing it into 3 different colors and putting text, smaller text above it, indicating who does what part. But even with the capability of doing that, still, even if I took the time to do that, which I'm not going to, but if I did, I still think the karaoke version is a win over it. I do like the fact that it puts text on the screen for the backing vocals on karaoke version, which SPI doesn't do. Amusingly, it says the East Side Boys, and I don't think that's who did the backing vocals on that track. In fact, if I remember right from reading the Wikipedia page about the song, the backing vocals were actually done by the person who wrote the song, the original songwriter of it. So, but whatever. Nobody pays attention to the little details like that. The reality is that the relevant thing is that if people want to sing along with the backing vocals, they're on the screen, whereas the SPI version doesn't have that. The other thing, which to me was a pretty dramatic difference, where karaoke version was the clear winner over SPI as far as which was the better version for my karaoke show. The spoken word part at the beginning, which is just basically shout outs, oh, Luda, that kind of stuff. It's on the there's just instrumental on the karaoke version. It sounds so redundant. Anyway, on the karaoke version, there's it's just instrumental, and those shout outs are on the screen. So if you want to do them, you can. And if you don't want to do them, whatever. You just have an instrumental in the background, wait till your song starts. I mean, conceivably, if it's obvious that the singer's not gonna do them, it's not an issue for me to just MC over the top until the actual lyrics of the song start. So, yeah, a little more flexibility for me as a KJ, a little bit more flexibility for singers on how they want to do it, in comparison to the SBI karaoke version, which has, I don't know, they just got, some random studio people, musicians, whatever, to do the shout outs, and it just sounds really, really cheesy. So, yeah. I mean, if that was the only version I had, it'd be fine. And had I realized that I had that version, I probably wouldn't have spent $3 to buy another version on karaoke version. But at this point, I already have. And yeah, karaoke version, definitely the clear winner on that. So the redundant SPI version, it gets filed away. I don't delete it. I paid money for that. That's mine. But yeah, it just kind of goes into a directory and gets archived as the inferior version. So that I did last night, and I did mention I did another Usher song. Here I Stand is the one that I did, and I'm trying to think of what brand of karaoke that was. I think that was karaoke version as well, if I remember right. Those are the ones that I got done last night before catching the bus. But today, and as I said, admittedly, I did spend the most of the day just socializing and drinking and just having something that resembles a social life, which is something I feel like I don't really have most of the time. So that was nice. Spent quite a bit of time hanging out with Jazzy. I had some good talks with Jazzy. She seemed really upset at me last night, and I still don't understand why. And talking to her today, I don't think she understands why. When I mentioned it to Sean, it's like, I don't know what the deal was. Jesse was really upset at me. And he's like, you know what? She don't matter because she's fucking drunk. And Jazzy and I were cool today, so I'm thinking that, yeah, that's where we were yesterday. As much as I would have loved to have hung out with her, after the show last night, yeah, she was drunk and angry about something. And I'm thinking the hostility towards me was misdirected. I'm hoping. Because again, she was super sweet today. And I've been taught, oh, there goes the 60. I guess I could have been a little bit quicker had I waited for the bus versus walking. But the walk from Bullocks to Osbar is kind of enjoyable. In fact, last week when I did this walk, I had so much I was trying to get off my mind, I ended up just wandering around the neighborhood instead of going directly into Oz. So there's that. Anyway, I've been kind of sharing with Jazzy the issues that I'm having with Priscilla and that drama at home. And God, at this point, I mean, putting it on the internet, hello, pretty much sharing it with anybody that's willing to lend an ear, just because it's got me so messed up. And to be completely fair, in that bitter text message exchange that we had yesterday, after I kind of called her out on the big things, and it wasn't even everything, but just the big things that has me not wanting her to be in my apartment whatsoever, she came back with twice as much text on the screen of some pretty messed up things that I've done to her, and she's not wrong about those things. So, have I been a bad boyfriend for the last, 11, 12 years, however the hell long it's been? 11 years. It's been over 11 years. Have I been a bad boyfriend? Oh, yes. There is no denying that I have. No denying that at all. And I'm not saying I haven't. But the bottom line is, I'm not invading the space of her apartment. I haven't just barged in on her apartment and refused to leave, which is what she's done to mine. There were some times I really should have been there for her when I wasn't. And it's crazy when, does anybody else have this issue? I feel like other people do, where you're arguing with your significant other, or your former significant other, and you're arguing about shit that you're dealing with in the here and now, like recent things, like it was a few weeks ago. Why the fuck did you have a huge birthday party and not invite me? And why am I hearing from other people that you were here with some other dude that was acting like your boyfriend that gave you a bass guitar? Like, that's current shit. And then rather than giving an explanation for that, she wants to talk about the time that I wasn't there for her and hooked up with somebody else like 9 years ago. Bitch, that was 9 years ago. Like, if you were bothered by that, you should have dumped me 9 years ago. Had you dumped me 9 years ago because I cheated on you with whoever the fuck I cheated on you 9 years ago, like, I would have been like, well, I screwed that up. And I'd have owned it, and I'd have moved on with my life. But bringing that up now, what's the fucking point? Like, that doesn't, at this point, I'm looking at that, and I'm not even feeling bad or guilty about it. I'm just like, okay, and you're the idiot that didn't leave me 9 years ago. What's your point? That's where my head is at that stuff anyway. She's been kind of texting me throughout the day. I have been pretty short with the responses, although she outdid me with the short response maybe about, actually, I think it popped up on my phone while I've been doing this vlog. She asked how work, because I told her I was going to work, which technically, Friday at Bullocks, it's work. It is. It's work with some Sailor Jerry's rum and a bunch of good friends and music and women that flirt with me, and that's a nice thing, but work nonetheless. Anyway, at one point she asked how work was, and I was like, pretty good. You should look at my new additions, which she knows what that means. She knows she can go to my SongbookDB website, songbookdb.com/books/Dan, and see and click on just added and see what I've just added. I told her that, it's been pretty cool. You should check that out. And her response to that was just the letter K. Okay. Anyway, I'm in absolutely no hurry to get home to her. Want to stay out of her way and hope she might actually clean the kitchen, although I know that that's probably not on her agenda whatsoever. In fact, she's probably going to go out and, I don't know, probably spend the night with whoever she spent last Friday night with. Last Friday night I did go to, now granted I started at Oz just like I am now, but I ended up heading over to Wander Inn, which is where Priscilla went last night when she couldn't be bothered to go to my show because, oh, it's my safety. I can't leave because of my safety, but she could go there. Can't explain that. But yeah, she didn't go there last Friday. I have no idea where she went last Friday. She still hasn't told me. All I know is that I didn't see her, and I didn't hear from her until she showed back up at my place the next day at about 12:30. When I asked who she slept with, she's like, I didn't sleep with nobody. Well, you didn't sleep here, so either you slept with somebody or you stayed up all night with somebody. One or the other. You weren't here. Where did you go? I didn't get an explanation. I did, however, get a blowjob, so, yeah, if you're going to put your mouth there, you don't need to answer questions. That's the one place you can put your mouth where I'm not going to press you to answer questions. Like, if you don't want to answer a question, yeah, put your mouth there, do that thing, and we good, at least for a while. Not going to make me completely not bitter about the fact that you were out all night with somebody else the night before, but I'm not going to stop you from filleting me. Thank you for that. Anyway, so yeah, that was my Saturday and my Friday night, wondering where the hell she went. Wait, I don't think so. Actually, I think I need to because go in this direction. Anyway. Oh, tripping on my flip-flops. So anyway, I'm going to assume wherever she went last weekend, I hope she goes there. Wherever she went last Friday, hopefully she goes there this Friday, because I have absolutely zero desire after the events of the last week to spend my Friday night with her. Zero desire whatsoever. In fact, it's getting really close to the end of the month, and she should really be focused on packing her shit up, and I'm just quite content to stay out of her way so she can do that. Anyway, back to what I was adding today. Yeah, Jazzy volunteered to help me box up her shit once she's gone. So good to know I got somebody that's female and attractive that's down to come in and help me box up her shit and clean up my apartment after her shit is out of the way. So sounds like a good time. Looking forward to that. Anyway, stuff that I added for karaoke, Lovers and Friend, I more than covered that. But the stuff I got done today, so I always try to work on batches of stuff from the same artist, just so in my new edition list you'll just see a handful of songs from the same artist as you scroll through it. I think it makes the new edition section look better. Anyway, this is one of those moments where I'm like, how was I sitting on stuff this good from Ludacris and I haven't added it yet? I forget how many months ago. I feel like it was before I started working at Amazon, though, so definitely over 6 months. I had got the owner of the Funbox Karaoke YouTube channel gave me access to his online storage, his cloud storage, which has his original MP3 plus G files that his YouTube content is made from, which is, wow, look at that. Fancy ass bicycle helmet on the ground. Don't really need it, but it's shiny. I hope somebody who does need it grabs it. Anyway, wow, look at all the cars on the drive-thru at Chick-fil-A. That's insane. Damn, those people really want their chicken sandwiches. Anyway, both of these Ludacris tracks were in the stuff that I got from him, and I'm surprised that when I was working on the stuff, 6, 7, 8 months ago, when I was working on the stuff from Funbox Karaoke, that I didn't jump right on these from the beginning, because 2 Ludacris songs that have been on my wish list for a decade plus. But yeah, Ludacris and Mystical, Move Bitch. Yeah, that's a song that always gets stuck in my head when I'm driving on the highway and somebody's driving ridiculously slow in front of me. Because, yeah, that's just what's in my head is move, bitch, get out the way, bitch, get out the way. Gotta love Funbuck's karaoke, completely explicit, nothing held back. Now, he doesn't know how to do... and I actually asked him about that, and he said that he just didn't feel it was worth the effort. But none of his stuff is ever set up on the screen as a duet. Now, granted, I do have the software where I can edit and make a duet at some point, but didn't feel like doing that today. I just went ahead, denoted it in the catalog as solo. And that song actually has 3 rappers on it. Like, I knew it was Ludacris and Mystical. Somehow the fact that there's a third rapper on there that never had any career really beyond that song called I-20. For all the years that song has been in my head, and we're talking like about 20, somehow I missed that there was a third rapper in there called I-20. I don't know, I guess I thought that was where it was Ludacris. But anyway, added the video. Almost feel like I wasted the time added the video because the video has the radio edit of the song where it feels like 20% of the words are censored out. At some point, I do intend to relay the audio, and I've got a place where I put video files like that to eventually get down to relaying the audio. But currently, with the computer that I'm running my show on, I don't even have the software in place to do that. But I've had that software. I think I have that software installed on Big Dell, which Big Dell doesn't boot anymore. But Big Dell's in storage, and someday I'll restore that computer. I'll build a replacement for it that's even better. But yeah, at some point I intend to relay that video with the explicit audio and get rid of that clean version where like literally 30% of the words are just not there. Some of them just simply just the beat with no sound, and in some places they replace it with sound effects, which is funny, but whatever. It's one of those kind of hip hop songs. What you gonna do? And of course, the video was released at a time when most videos went to MTV. You know, it's just in the days from before YouTube. So it just kind of is what it is. On a brighter note, it's been recently re-uploaded. And even though it's a video from like 22 years ago, it's in 1080p, pillar boxed, and the resolution is phenomenal. So looks amazing. Obviously, it was shot on film, and sometime in more recent years, the record label has gone back and redigitized it in high definition. So it looks amazing on my screens. I probably won't play it a lot, though, just because of the fact that it's got censored audio. But at some point, I will get around to relaying unedited audio over the top of that video, and it will be awesome. Anyway, the karaoke version from Funbox Karaoke, it is very explicit. It's got everything on it. It's got the backing vocals where they need to be. Just a really excellent, well done karaoke track. I'm very happy with it. And at some point, I do intend to edit the CDG graphics to make it clear, you know, what parts are Ludacris, what parts are Mystical, and what part is I-20, whoever the hell that is. But in the meantime, it's cool just the way it is. It's denoted as solo in my catalog next to the title. The other one that I added, also from Funbox Karaoke, also from Ludacris, and this one's just Ludacris solo, no other featured artists on it. Ho from his first album. And that was not a hit, not a radio hit. I was surprised to see it actually has an official video. Now that was an SD, 640 by 480 resolution video, and the actual resolution is even lower than that. And it looks like a video game from like 25 years ago, which of course was the style of the video. That's what he was going for. But yeah, the song is Ho from Ludacris's first album, Incognito, and that's something it's one of those songs that I've loved for many, many years that you won't ever hear that one on the radio, but fucking great track. But yeah, for those, if the chorus is the one that goes, use a hoe, and the verses are, it's Ludacris being Ludacris. So yeah. Can't wait to do that one for karaoke. And when I was telling Jazzy about it, she's pretty fired up about doing that one as herself. In fact, she just out of nowhere sitting on the back patio, like spit like half of one of the verses just from memory, and I was like, "Yep, that would be it." So, yeah, pretty cool shit there. Trying to think what else I added. So anyway, at that point, I did some more searches to see if I had any more Ludacris. I didn't search for any more Usher. I don't know, I just wasn't in the mood to add any more Usher, but I searched for some more Ludacris. The other Ludacris stuff I saw was all just him featuring on other people's tracks, which of course makes me want to try to, dig deeper into those other people, but I really didn't feel like doing that. And it's all songs I was unfamiliar with or already had a doable version for, so I was just like, yeah, I don't feel like working on that. And by that time it was after 7, so I just wanted to kind of do a couple more tracks, things that I'm just familiar with, things I already have the songs, I don't need to look up, I'm familiar with the songs, I already have an original version of the song where I can just put in the playlist and listen to it versus having to find an original song to compare the karaoke to. And the two I ended up adding was Meg Myers, her cover of Running Up That Hill, and I kind of forgot how amazing her video is for that. But yeah, watch the video and the karaoke version track for that. It's on point. It's good. In fact, I'm looking forward to singing that tonight over at Ozbar. And then the other one, which I've been sitting on for a little while, Minute Work, Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jive. And it's been a long time since I've added another karaoke track for Minute Work. I mean, granted, I already got all the big hits, but Minute Work, Colin James Hay, their lead singer. I feel like they often get sort of written off as an 80s one-hit wonder for the song Down Under, but back in the 80s, the first 2 albums from Men at Work were very strong, very popular albums. Third album, not so much, and most people, that's pretty much where they tuned out, but Colin Hay went on after that to have, I don't want to say a successful solo career, but regardless, a solo career that lasted a long time and resulted in a lot of music getting put out. And do I have any of that for karaoke? No, I don't. I do have quite a few of those albums, though, and I've listened to them many times, and I quite enjoy them. Someday I would love to see Colin Hay in concert. I think Colin Hay is a much greater artist than people realize he is. I think most people don't even know, his name. And they're just, Men at Work, yeah, the Down Under people. Yeah. Their first 2 albums are really solid albums. Business as Usual, and then the Business as Usual was their first album, then Cargo was their second album. Both of those are phenomenal albums from beginning to end. I would like to think at some point I will have karaoke for all of it, but it's stuff a lot of people don't really remember. But I'm pretty excited that today I was able to add for karaoke Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jive, which I have a video for that. But yeah, it was a single, but yeah, it flopped. It flopped back when it came out, but still, great video, great song, and now I got some great karaoke for it. Anyway, on that note, I'm at Ozbar, so time to just chill and sing some karaoke, and also be mindful of what the hell time I need to leave, and also I need to make a point that I leave on bus because I'm doubtful that they got the light rail fixed. After what happened with the light rail today, I'm not counting on that for my ride home. In fact, I think I just want to do probably 19th Avenue to McDowell and then 17 over to Wander Inn at some point. Either that or down to 29 and maybe go to the... part of me really wants to go visit Tim over at the Hideaway, but... yeah, I think I'm going to go to Wander Inn. I think that's the plan. But for right now, it's Ozbar. I'm going to sing that Meg Myers version of Running Up That Hill. And for those that aren't familiar, Running Up That Hill has kind of had a second lease on life this year due to it being prominently featured in the latest season of Stranger Things, which I haven't watched. Priscilla did ask me to watch it with her. And it's not that I don't enjoy watching movies and shows with Priscilla, but since she's completely trashed my living room, I'm just not comfortable watching movies with her in that fucking mess. Once she gets her own place and maybe gets her own home theater and maybe can keep herself a clean place, I might be down to going to her place to watch movies. And maybe after she moves out of my place and I can clean up my place and have my living room be a nice place, comfortable place for watching movies again, I might be down with her coming. But right now, yeah, nah, not down to sit in that pigsty and watch a movie. No, you need to clean that up. And I need to be somewhere else while you do it, because that's not my mess, that's your mess. Anyway, but yeah, running up that hill, definitely got a second lease, and it charted really high in the UK as a result of that. Now, I don't think it happened in the US just because I just don't think it qualified to show up on US charts, but still, been a popular streaming song. At one point, the original Kate Bush cassette, which is featured as a prop in the new season of Stranger Things, was selling for like $250 on eBay, which is insane to me. And the most frustrating thing about that is I know I have one, but damned if I can figure out where it is. It's like buried somewhere in the mess that is my bedroom. And of course, by the time I find it, I'm sure it won't be selling for that much. In fact, it's probably down to under 100 now, but whatever. Not like I really want to get rid of my Kate Bush cassette, but if I could cash it in for that much money, hey, I have the same album on a CD. The cassette can go and be turned into cash. Speaking of turning music into cash, I finally had another sale on eBay. Sold an MIA CD single. Not for much money, but I do need to kind of remind myself that happened because I need to get that thing shipped tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for coming with me on the walk. I want to go sing some songs. But appreciate y'all watching, and as always, like and subscribe, and there will be more of my nonsense later.